There's one of those funky caterpillars. Oh, jeez, man, I'm sorry. My gosh. Didn't realize you were that delicate. Finally warming up outside. This was 6 earlier, so drop that digit right there. Full 220 watts coming in on the EcoFlow. And got 12 amps or so, I think. Yeah, 12.2 amps coming in on the house battery. Getting colder evenings, which brings me to today's project. The wood stove. It's been sitting over there, pushed up against the wall. The pipe's been pulled out for the last few months, you know, spring, summer, and, well, all of September. But today, I think I'm going to pull this forward, stick the pipe back in here. Probably going to need a fire tonight, especially after the nighttime temperatures we've been having. I think it is time. I told myself I wasn't going to have a fire for the whole month of September, and it's now October. So the first 2 nights of October, yeah, it was chilly. It was, I probably could have had a fire, but I just didn't have the pipe in the wood stove. So today we're going to do that. Update on the diesel heater thermostat though. This thing has been a game changer. It's been working great. I have it set to 19 degrees Celsius. So it was coming on all night, keeping the place warm. If you don't know, my diesel heater, which is outside the window, too bright, you can't probably see it. That is my secondary source of heat. Primary source of heat is the wood stove. I just don't have it hooked up yet. Because A, it's cheaper, and B, it is warmer. Even though it's my secondary source of heat, I do use it a fair amount, especially in the wintertime when I'm working, because I work 12-hour days. When my fire goes out, now that I have that diesel heater thermostat, it's going to work wonderfully because the diesel heater is just going to kick on once it reaches a certain temperature in here, which is going to make such a big difference. Which reminds me, ooh, this tank turned so yellow, but if you can see, that's how low my fuel is just from running last night. I do love the diesel heater, but diesel is not cheap, and yeah, it's not cheap. So I'm definitely going to enjoy having the wood stove again so that I don't have to worry so much about going through so much of this. There we go. Man, this pocket pump has seen better days. Mostly because it lives outside. I've talked about this a few times. You can get them at Canadian Tire. A little pricey, but worth it. Saves your back. You know, if you've got a heavy jerry can of fuel, definitely saves the back. And it's pretty faded at this point. That was bright red. I have been in serious need of deep cleaning my home, this trailer, for a very long time, and I've been so slack with it, and also other projects have just taken priority, and so it just hasn't been getting done. Yesterday, I decided I needed to put the quilt back on the bed because it's that time of year, it's cold. I completely washed all of my blankets, and since I was doing that, I decided, you know what, I'm going to deep clean my bedroom. Then that's done, and then I can start little by little deep cleaning other areas of the camper. I ended up like washing down the ceiling. I pulled all the picture frames and documents off of the walls, cleaned down the walls, took everything out of the closets and cupboards and cleaned down all the walls in there, washed the curtains, washed the blinds, completely deep cleaned the place. And it felt so good in there last night, so nice and clean. And I can't wait until the rest of this place is done, eventually. You're enjoying it. Oh, sorry to disturb your slumber, but at the same time I'm not, because you disturb mine all the time by meowing in the middle of the night, or 5 a.m. on a day off, you know. Not fair, not fair. Obviously, my wood stove needs a little bit of a cleanup. Just from sitting, it did that and sometimes does that. Normally, I would, you know, give it a spray with some high heat paint. But that thing is heavy, and I'm certainly not going to attempt to drag it outside by myself, give it a spray, and then bring it back in here. No. So what I am going to do is use a little steel wool, just try to smooth this down a little bit, and then go ahead and hit it with some stove polish. This right here, stove polish paste. It does clean it up very nicely. I've done it in the past before. The only problem is your first burn, you will get a little smoke coming off of it. So guess it's a good thing I didn't wash all my walls down in here yet. Okay. I suppose one good thing to do would be, oh my gosh, make sure that's good and clean. Oh yeah, yeah, that's good and clean. Before I go ahead and make a fire tonight. So many cobwebs, like, and spiders absolutely everywhere. What's on this lens? My goodness. Soot. Sorry about that. Cobwebs everywhere. I just leave them. I don't know. I guess I don't have to decorate for Halloween this year. Also, this is always over here and all over that window, and this is where all the cobwebs usually are. Is this like spider waste, you know, speckled all over the trailer? Somebody let me know. There's like little, I mean, what else is it? There's nothing else hanging out up here except for spiders. So kind of has me thinking that's what it is. But let me just tell you, I can taste the rust. I can taste the rust. Wow. Well, that looks better already. Now for a little bit of stove polish. This isn't, I'm not trying to make this look perfect by any means, but I just wanted to look better than it did anyhow. Clean it up a little, you know? Stuff gets a little dirty. Yeah, best I can get for now. Like I said, I knew it wasn't going to be perfect. And the stove polish, the stove polish, there we go, I was using, I'm pretty sure is as old as this wood stove, which is no spring chicken. It might smoke a little because I'm definitely probably going to have a wood fire in here tonight if it's going to be as cold as last night. Look who came to visit because he loves fires. You're going to be so excited, man. He loves fires. You're going to be so excited tonight. I know. This is what we don't like about wood stoves. Yeah. Embers taking chunks out of the floor. Also, as you can see, my tiles all over here near the wood stove have all lifted. And yeah, I know. It's just one of those things. One of the many things I just haven't had time to fix. But now I know for the future. Lesson learned. Get a larger hearth. If you're going to have a wood stove, because yeah, that heat can really do some damage on your floors, especially if you have stick down tiles. Gave the glass door a little bit of a clean there, and I guess in the spring I was still throwing used paper towels in here. So starting a fire tonight should be pretty easy with all those in there. I never saw them before. The glass was too dirty. Okay. Got my fans up here. Just need to go get the stovepipe if I can get to it. And when I say if I can get to it, this is what I mean. I've got so much stuff in here. The next project is, you know, trying to organize this because I need a pathway to get to the wood if I'm going to be having fires. And, well, it might look like I can fit through there, but really not easily. My tent shed is seeing some damage mostly from the sun because just this front part really gets sun. The top and everything, you know, I've got the cover from the tree, so this mostly gets the sun damage. And I've just recently got a hole here, and every time I grab the door to pull it open, I'm ripping it even more. So I think what I'm gonna do is put thick gray tape that I have, I think it might be like Gorilla Tape, on either side of this just to keep this as close to the zipper as possible. Okay, so it doesn't look the best, but it also doesn't look too bad. It'll give it a little bit of structure anyway when I'm grabbing at here. Should cut that off just in case. Anyway, I did both sides. Yeah, these things just, they weather really easily, especially the parts that are out in the sun. I've got some holes down here. I've got a little bit of like a weighted rod at the bottom just to hold it down so that when I have it open it's not flying around all over the place, and also so that I can roll it up and pin it up here a little more easily, which is what I'm gonna do in a second to get in here. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just red greening it over here for a little, you know. These things don't last forever, that's for sure. Yeah, the material in this front part is getting, it's getting thin and sun rotted. So when I grabbed the bottom of this, my fingers pretty much went through. I mean, this is like a tarp material, but it can only last for so long before it starts getting kind of brittle and whatnot. That sucks. Might only have one winter left yet out of that. See what I mean about barely fitting? Ugh. I got it. Now it's just gonna get me out of here. See, this would not be pleasant to do every day when I'm bringing wood out of there. I need to organize. That's really bad. Oh, that's not what I was expecting. Okay. I guess I'm missing the screw for that. Shoot, where the heck is that? How about that? Well, okay. Woo! There we go. There. Now it's ready for fires. And just like that, it's October and it's that time of year. We're all hooked back up. Gonna be warmer now, I guess, at least. I was kind of looking forward to this and kind of not. Looking forward to it because it's just warmer and cozier in here with a fire going. Not looking forward to it because winter's too long for my liking. Not complaining. Winter's just not my favorite. That's just how it is, I'll be honest. Nothing beats wood stove heat. That is the truth. But it is kind of dirty. You know, you're dragging in wood. The soot level in here gets kind of bad sometimes. But nothing does beat the heat. That's the truth. Yeah, should be cozy in here tonight, at least with that on. Let me see here. Move this out of the way. It's still warm enough outside. It's 14.8. After supper, however, it does cool down and cool down fast. I need to get rid of this chair because that is too close to the wood stove. That it folds up. I can just throw this, store this under the bed. How does this fold up again, you ask? Well, how does this fold up again? Oh, like this. Okay. Well, our cradle of wood is going to go here where it always does. And a little stool right there. And now there's a little more breathing room for the wood stove and nothing should catch on fire. We hope. Now I need my cradle of wood filled up for tonight. which means I gotta go in there around all that stuff and try to get it out of there. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. I think I still have time. You know, I'm just gonna end up pulling some things out of the shed right now and try to organize it a little bit better so I can get in and out of there. Because I work all weekend and I'm not gonna have time to do it then, and I don't want to be squeezing in and around the scooter each time. I'm just gonna curse and swear about that. So I may as well just pull everything, or some of it, out for now, try to reorganize it better, and make a little pathway in there for myself. But first we're gonna grab ourselves one of these. Oh my gosh, I still have snacks. Might have to grab these too. Have a couple of these to hold me over until supper, you know? Oh, treasure. I was starting to get hungry. I sometimes get hangry. I need a little something and to hold me over a little bit. Just needed a little fuel, you know? Cheese and pepperoni. I don't know if two squirrels are having a standoff or they're protesting because I'm about to like pull everything out of the shed, which could very well be their home right now. Jeez, they're just like a freaking squirrel jungle out here. I'm gonna make a little game out of this for motivation. I'll just pull out about 5 items, take a drink. Might motivate me a little bit to get some things done. You know what else might motivate me? Brr. That sun starts to disappear, so does the warmth. It's cooling off, and it's cooling off fast. It's about 5 items, right? Okay, reality just kicked in for me. It's, I don't know, something to 5 p.m. It gets dark, I don't know, 7-ish maybe? And as much as I would love to pull all of this out and go through it and better organize it, I am not going to have enough time before I'm stuck in here trying to do it in the dark. And also, this pile of wood back here, that's my last year's wood, what's left of it. Eventually I'll be putting in this year's wood, probably in the coming weeks, to be honest with you, as long as it's before the snow flies. And I am going to be pulling that wood out of here, if there's any left, and putting the new stuff in. So I'm probably going to end up doing all of this organizing and such anyway, hopefully earlier in the day. So for now, I'm going to be satisfied with putting the scooter over here against this wall and getting it out of my way and trying to make the rest of the stuff that I've been storing in here fit with it, as long as I have a pathway to the wood pile. And there's my wood cradle with some things on it. So the organization of the shed is going to have to happen another day because, well, you get the picture. Yeah. I swear every time I walk in there, I really feel like a hoarder. Look what else I found! The wonderful world of ADD. Actually has a low battery, so I should probably take that in and charge it, but yeah, that's something that has to be done pretty soon too. I'm okay with taking an entire day one of these times maybe to go through this stuff. That's kind of how it's gonna have to be. Ow! Oh. Ow! That hurt. That hurt. Oh my god. Oh, that hurt. Oh. Okay, that is where you live now. Okay. I smoked my ankle on the cast iron kettle. It's a good way to realize you're alive. Alright, we got the cradle back in here. I burn these egg crates and these paper towel rolls, toilet paper rolls, everything. I mean, what's the point in producing more garbage? It's just paper, it'll burn up. So I usually save that kind of stuff. It goes right in the wood stove. Next plan is to start getting some of this stuff back in here, but keep that pathway open. Gonna put the key in Sriracha, make sure she fires up. Let's see what this old girl does here. Okay, I'll give you a second to figure your life out. I believe it's been about a month, a little more, since I've taken her out and driven her anywhere. I know, I feel bad. She sits a lot. Mentioned it before, I just can't let her go. When I do take it out, it's so much fun. And actually, the last time I had it running, it was acting a little funky, so I did put a little sea foam in it, and definitely sounded a lot better after I put the sea foam in it, so. Right there, what I smoked my dang ankle on. Well, that's all we can do for now. I've got my pathway to the wood pile. Does anybody know what this is? It's got a little handle, but it came out of the van. If anyone knows what this is, comment down below, because I held on to it and I was like, what is this thing? I'm really curious. I mean, I'm not making sense out of it, you know? Put you in the shed where you can't smoke anybody else's ankles. And I forgot I have all these scraps too to burn that were chucked here, I think in the spring. They're good and dry. I can burn these as well. Also, I think I mentioned this in another video, but it might not be out yet. The box truck is gone. It's not gone, not permanently. It's temporarily gone, getting body work done. I'm excited about that. Okay, you guys. It still says it's 13 outside, but the temperature's dropping fast because it's chilling off. I can definitely feel it. 17 in here. I think I want to get a fire going now because the temperature's dropping so fast. I believe it is, again, supposed to go down to about 6 degrees tonight. So I'm going to get a fire going now. Warm it up in here. Haven't had a wood stove fire since, oh my gosh, April? I don't know. April maybe? Let's get a fire going, and then I've got a meal prep because I have to work all weekend, so. Okay, we're good. I just had to make sure I had no like branches with leaves super close to the chimney cap there. Reason being, we still have an issue with wildfires at the moment. There's still a big one burning right now at the time of filming this, early October. Yeah, I think I'm good. Let's get this thing fired up. Oh boy. I'm waiting for Rory to notice that I'm like getting a fire going to see if he comes running out here. I'm probably gonna get some smoke from the stove paste I put on here earlier, but it is what it is. It's got to burn off at some point, right? here he comes. I heard him jump off the bed. You watch. You just wait. What you think, man? Are you excited? Got your fire going? Yeah. That's gonna warm up in here really fast. Probably too fast. Got our first fire of the season, October 3rd, I believe. I'm just gonna open up this window because I know we're gonna get a little bit of smoke from that stove polish. Can't really tell, but there's a little bit of smoke in here. It's hard to tell on camera. Probably gonna open this up a little bit too, just to help. Okay. Me neither, man. Whoops. Lost a piece. My crock ate it. I wasn't kidding. My crock literally ate that piece of pepper. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I may have started a fire a little prematurely. It's quite hot in here. It says it's 21, but yeah, all the windows are open, and if I were to close them, well, I just might feel like I'm in hell. I'm gonna go ahead and cut up my peppers and finish doing that so I can get some skewers on the barbecue. And yes, it's going to be dark, but that's okay. It's not like I've never barbecued in the dark before. Should probably get my potatoes boiling here, because, yeah. Got a few different meats out here thawed. I got one chicken breast and 2 steaks, because I figure I might make chicken and steak skewers, and then I'll just have another steak that I can just barbecue on its own. You're going to be doing skewers, like barbecue skewers. Soak your wooden sticks first so they don't completely burn up. I didn't exactly do that, but I ran them underwater. Hopefully that does something. Okay, we got our skewers all made up, sans onion, because we had none. And I better go fire up the barbecue right now, actually. I got the potatoes boiling. Barbecue is lit out there. I'm just getting it nice and hot. Check out that fire. Man, it's going good. I still got that window open. Still got the door open here. Definitely hot in here. I don't know if my face is red from the heat or the couple of beverages I've been drinking along the way, but it's warm in here. Beverage by the fire. Come on. It's been a while, guys. My potatoes are almost done, so they're definitely going to be done before the skewers. That's okay. I'm pretty much just meal prepping for the weekend. How's it looking? Just did my first round of barbecue sauce. Yeah, probably still another 15 minutes, I'm going to say. This might drive some of you absolutely over the edge, but I like my steak well done. Yeah, I'm one of those. If it's still bleeding when you stick your knife in it to cut, no sir. No sir. Mm-mm. Woo! Yeah. Check that out. Now that is some barbecued steak and skewers, and they are perfectly done. I mean, just have a look, see? Just a little bit of charring. Now that the hard work is all done, I've got to container all that up for my work weekend. 5 a.m. comes early, so I've got to shower, and then maybe at some point, hopefully not too late, hit the hay. So yeah, if you made it this far in the video, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for joining me for my first fire of the season. And it's warm in here. I'm not regretting it. It's nice, but yeah, I might wake up in the middle of the night sweating to death, possibly, but we'll see. It is almost 25 degrees Celsius, so you know it's a good one. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for me here. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye. Oh, yes. Oh, that's very hot. Very hot. But good. I'm just picking all the pieces that fell off the skewers. Oh, there's another one. Look at this. Another pepper. And as for you, man, I've heard of a crock of shit, but I've never heard of a crock of pepper. Give that back. Jeez. What the heck?